What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jordy B. We're back at it again. If you're viewing this video and you are not a subscriber, the first thing I want you to do is back out of this video, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It only helps me bring you more content. It does not cost you anything. Next, if you're a super liker of the channel and you love the builds, right now we're currently on the 86 Grand National. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That will allow you to know exactly when I post a video. You'll be the first ones to know when I post that video. You don't have to go searching for it on my channel. But let's get started. Alright guys, so this video is going to be about the 2022 fall update on my 86 Buick Grand National. And if you haven't watched the channel, please go back, look at some of the videos. I'm doing some things that's unorthodox. I'm doing some things that some Buick guys might not like. The car is not going V8 though. So with that being said, if you're not a fan of the channel or you just stumbled upon it, please go back to my other videos, guys. I think a lot of guys are very interested in what I'm doing with it. I'm doing what reverse of what GM was going to do. And I may do a video on actually what GM had planned because a lot of people don't know. And I did my research, but that's for another video. So this is a fall update, 2022 fall update. I'm going to get this camera switched around and we are going to walk from front to back with this car and tell you what we got coming up in the next few weeks. And I may walk over what's already done to the car for the guys new to the channel. So let me get this switched around. All right, guys. So on the last video, a couple videos, you guys saw the motor was in. It's in there. I think I actually had the intake setting on it one time for some of you guys. But I had to take that back off. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I went to hook up my turbo oil feed, which is over here on the floor on this pan. And I don't know if you guys can guess what I did wrong. While I had this motor on the engine stand and I was going through it, checking my ring gaps, checking my bearings, pretty much overhauling it. I'm not going to say rebuilding it, but overhauling it. I said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put in the oil drain. Oil drain's perfectly good. You know, nothing's wrong with it. Welded in tight, no leaks. Welded it myself. It's a 10 AN, so that's your recommended size to get oil back flowing. But do not make the mistake I did, guys. I put this oil drain, I'll let you see the inside, and it's perfectly fine like that, doesn't hit anything. I put this oil drain to the back in hindsight thinking the faster I can get the oil back to the sump of the oil pan, the better. And that is theoretically what you want. You want to get the oil back to the pickup as fast as possible. What I did not take into consideration is I put this bong too far back on the oil pan, guys. Do not do what I did. You know, easy fix for me. I was sweating it at first, but not a bad fix. I did have to put a new oil pan, but we're going to get into that. The reason being, do not put your oil drain this far back is because you can't get a starter on the block once you do that. Dummy me. So, you know, it looked all nice and pretty in there, welded in, tight, did a 45, so it wasn't hard to get a hose onto it. And too far back. Got to looking, I said, I ain't going to be able to get no starter on this thing. Mini starter ain't going to work. So I advise you, if you have that option or have that thought in your mind like I did, which makes all the sense in the world. It does not have to be there, guys. Yes, the further back it is, the faster it will get back to the sump. But I would suggest on any Chevrolet engine that you're doing, I would not put it past this. And this is where the dipstick tube goes at. I would put it from here forward. Now, farther back, yes, the oil's going to get back faster. But don't put it nowhere near past this hump. So, I'm going to crawl underneath the car here, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. Now, the good thing was I did not get super far in the build. The motor was already in. It's sitting on solid mounts, which I don't think you guys can see. And, sorry, that was the wife guys calling, guys. So what I'm running here, because it is a Buick, is I'm running a 4.3 Vortec SS motor. There is a difference. The camshaft is different in the 94 or 93, 94 Z motor. The camshaft is different. I left the bore standard. I just checked the rings. I did put Vortec heads on this motor. It does come with a good flowing head, but it's not the Vortec. Vortec has bigger ports. So we got the biggest camshaft that GM put out production in a 4.3 out of all their 4.3s. And if somebody wants the specs on that, I have a chart that tells you what the lift is on all these cams. But it's got the biggest cam in it because it came out of an SS truck, which came with CPI intake. Intake. So it's got the biggest cam, factory cam, and Vortec heads. So we're probably looking at roughly, I'm going to say a 50 horsepower difference with those upgrades. Not bad. But that's without turbo on it. So you got bigger ports. But let me crawl under this car, and I'm going to show you guys what I've done. And I should have done this first. I didn't do the research like I should have. So, this is what we got. A brand spanking new oil pan in this bad boy now. And I relocated the oil drain tube to the front of the pan. It will be perfectly fine. That's what everyone else puts them. I just had a thought in my mind, being, building engines, understanding how they work. I thought I was doing something right, and really, it was going to be wrong. So, this will work perfectly fine. Pan cost me $67. Brand new, to my door. Not bad at all. They had them in black, chrome, or zinc. I went with the zinc. And now, as you can see, that's my turbo oil feed line I made out of Dash 10 PTFE line. I put them together myself. They're super easy, guys. You can buy the stuff off eBay. Super easy. I plumb everything and braid it now. So, pan was $67. That fitting there did not have to be welded. I did not do enough research when I first started it, when it was on the engine stand. That bong there is specially made for turbo feed, and it has a gasket on the outside and inside. All you have to do is drill your hole just big enough to thread it in, and make sure your gasket's on one side. Put your nut on the back side with the gasket, and you're done. No welding involved. I love it. So you don't have to worry about leaks. But we got that oil drain, and it's a straight shot down to go back into the pan, so it should flow fine. Now, all you turbo guys already know where I had this bong, it was not going to flow back correctly. I understand that, guys. I went out and I had bought a pump. This was going to return it back under power instead of gravity feeding it, to make sure that my oil got back to the oil pan. So I have a brand new pump that I'm not going to do anything with. But if I turbo something else with a low mount turbo, I will have it. I went out and bought fittings. So I think they're called sump pumps. But you use them to drain oil back when the oil turbo is lower than the oil pan, or even with the oil pan. But mine is up top, and it would have gravity fed back eventually, but I don't think it would have been fast enough. So I was just going to run a pump on it to be on the safe side. Down draw to those, they are loud. I've had one on a 99 Chevrolet Camaro with a 76 millimeter turbo that was mounted low, and it had one, and they're loud. That's the only downfall to them. Other than that, they're good to run because you know your oil is getting back to the pan adequately. So that's what we had going on with that. Let me stop rambling on. Let's see. We did change the bottom pulley, and as you saw over there in the old oil pan, I had the bottom pulley off. I changed the pulley to 5-rib serpentine belt pulley. It had 6-rib on that. Now, the reason I changed it is because I had a setup for the water pump off of a V8 that had it also. So now all I have to do is get the right alternator, and I'm good to go there. So that's the reason I went with that, because and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, because some of you might get confused. This was the old water pump setup where the belt rode on the backside. I didn't want that. I wanted a positive belt ride, and I did not want to rig up a belt tensioner. So this is what's going to be going up there now, and see, it's ribbed. So I can just put it up there, pull my alternator tight, and we'll be good to go. So that's why I did that. Okay, moving to the top. Was going to bolt down the intake, which you guys see over there on the floor. That's my custom intake, semi-custom. There's a video back in my videos, so check that out. I talk about that whole intake and how I done it, if you want the guys to want to do it. But I didn't bolt the good intake down, and I'm glad. So as you can see, I was going to run the stock rockers. Got to doing some research, and these are standard. You just tighten them down. They're one valve / setting, and you're done. I don't like that because I felt like it still didn't have any preload in the roller lifter that's in there. I just did not like that. Didn't sit comfortable with me. I don't know how it was going to be. I don't know if I would have to go to a little bit longer push rod because it just didn't feel right. So I ended up having mismatched two heads is what happened. The old head I had is center bolt also, but it wasn't a Vortec head. I did take the springs off the old heads to match this camshaft and put on these heads. So that's what we had going on there. So what we did, long story short, is I pulled one of these off. I have it over here on the table. And these things, as you can see right here, if you know anything about them, see how it just stops? It's just a positive stop. You can't adjust it. But this is metric 10 by 150 on the bottom. And I'm going to put full roller rockers on this car. So, yes, I know you guys are saying, hey, you know, that's probably not the best upgrade, or you're not going to really see anything about it. And it's going to cost me a lot of money. That is true. Roller rockers do give you added horsepower, and it will give me the peace of mind that my lash is set right. I take it down to 0 lash with a hydraulic lifter, and then I do a half a turn of pre-turn on a hydraulic lifter. The oil in the lifter will do the rest, but I will do a video on that if you guys want me to do a video. I will show you how to do that, and I will install a whole one side for you. But let's get moving. So I ordered a brand new set of rockers, so hopefully they'll be in tomorrow. I believe the studs came in yesterday or today. No, they came in today. So I'm going to wait till I get everything, and I'm going to do a video on that for you guys. These roller rockers, full roller rockers, not roller tips, should put me around, they say, the 20 horsepower gain. I've watched Richard Holden do it. It is proven horsepower. Anytime they say 20 horsepower, I'm going to say 15. So I'm going to say they're going to give me 15 horsepower. I always subtract a little bit off of it. So we're looking at camshaft and heads. This motor already made 230 with the CPI setup. This setup should be better. So let's just say they say 35, they say 40 horsepower for Vortec heads. I'm going to say 30. So that moves me up to 260. Camshaft is bigger. Let's say 20 more horsepower. 280. Roller rockers, I'm going to cut it down to 10 horsepower. 290. Say 290 horsepower, naturally aspirated, guys. Then we're going to start this car off on 6 to 8 pounds of boost. This car should make 350 horsepower easy. Easy. Should. Easy. Yes, I plan on upping the boost, but I'm going to start the 6 to 8, tune from there. That's going to be my cruise around boost. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. This is just like I said, this is a fall update, so just bear with me if you like the channel. All right. Issue I'm gonna have with the roller rockers. They are not gonna clear the factory plastic Vortec covers. They claim on 4.3 V6 Performance that the steel valve covers off of the older style center bolt will clear, as long as you use narrow roller rockers. I look like I ordered the narrowest ones I could. That means small in width, and hopefully they work. If not, I know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to get 2 sets of steel valve covers, and I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to make them tall. Take them to my buddy, have him TIG them up, and make them taller. They'll clear perfectly fine then. I'll just have to get longer bolts. No big deal. Yes, you can buy tall valve covers for these cars. They are super hard to find, and when you find them, we're talking about $400 for a set of valve covers, tall valve covers. If I have to, I will. I'm gonna try to get around it. But a lot of guys are saying full roller rockers will fit under stamped steel cover. So if you know, let me know. But that's where we can go from there. Next thing I got to do, cold side is plumbed, as you can see. Got the blow off on it. Next thing I got to do is hot side, which is only one pipe, and I already have that pipe. That came with the manifold, so I have to bolt it up, and then I have to find out where I'm going to put my wastegate. This is the wastegate I'm going to run here. So I think it's got a 6-pound spring in it, I believe. I had to check my paperwork, but a 6-pound spring. Comes with other springs. And we're going to be controlling it with an electronic boost controller so I can add more dome pressure to get me up to where I want to be. I'm not even going to release the kind of boost I'm going to try to run on this car. But we're going to move on. What's happening in the last few months. It got the Kill Duff lightning rod shifter, as you can see there. So that was its own video. Go back and check that out. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's where I'm stuck at now. I'm just waiting on the roller rockers to come in, and we will be rolling and rocking. I've got brand new radiator. Well, about brand new fan I ordered, so that'll be good. I don't know whether I should run that straight, and I don't mean straight like straight wired, but high-low, create a high-low for it or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I need to get the hot. So next thing is roller rockers, bolt the intake down. I already have the intake gaskets, and hot side of the of the manifolds, and get the alternator on. As you can see here, I'm rigging some stuff up here, so don't pay that no mind. But get that set up, and then we're gonna be almost moving on to wiring. This car is moving way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. I had planned for this car to be like a 5-year build. Man, this car has moved on. So, car goes to paint in February of 2023, which is right around the corner. So, that's what we got. Guys, if you know anybody needs this stuff, I don't know if I'm going to ever use it again. If not, I'll just throw it up in the ceiling. But, turbo tubing, from where I made the cold side, I got plenty of it left. So, if you know somebody needs something, let me know. I can ship it to them, sell it dirt cheap. I'm be honest with you, you can get this whole set on eBay for like $97. And it comes with all your intercooler tubing. And you just figure out what bins you need and order accordingly like that. But if somebody needs these, I'll probably let them go. But if not, I'll put them on another project. But that's it, guys. I'm not going to hold you guys too long. We're going on 20 minutes. But that's it. That's the 2022 fall update on my 1986 Buick Grand National. Make sure if you watch this video all the way through, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, guys. It's your boy, Jordy B. Stay blessed.